Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 6 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
A fight over your property taxes may take center stage as lawmakers return to Atlanta 1 week from today. Some are pushing to cap an increase in property assessments. But Channel 2's Lori Geary has learned that move may come at the expense of your homestead exemption. Lori joins us now live with more.
Monica, there will be quite a showdown if lawmakers are looking to abolish the homestead exemption. That could mean another $400 million for the state, with property owners footing the bill. Drive through the Pittsburgh community of southwest Atlanta. You'll see the story of a housing boom turned bust. About half the homes are boarded up, some are foreclosures, some on the auction block. Many are vacant.
It's almost impossible to reestablish these neighborhoods because most of the people that buy them, they can't afford these crazy tax assessments.
As a realtor, Derek Duckworth says he helps his clients appeal their outrageous assessments.
I paid $100,000 for the home. The home was assessed at $250,000.
And what we found in Fulton County is that if the taxes are not adjusted to make up for these declining values, an average family may overpay their taxes by $1,400 a year.
As CEO of the Atlanta Neighborhood Development Authority, John O'Callahan says homeowners in the 5 major metro area counties could end up overpaying $71 million in taxes if their property values are not readjusted.
I expect significant debate this session on how those county governments are going to be required to adjust the assessments based on the declining value.
Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle says that debate will more than likely come as lawmakers argue over capping assessments, a move that could come at the expense of the homestead exemptions. $428 million the state gives back to Georgia homeowners.
That'll certainly be up for discussion.
I hate to put a cap on things because we already know that, City of Atlanta and Fulton counties working at a deficit already.
Opponents of an assessment cap say there's no rush on the issue because it would still need voter approval in 2010. John.
Thank you, Laura.
Most powerful name in local news. Fox 5 News at 6.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Davis.
And I'm Russ Spencer.
Well, budget cuts, property taxes, and transportation taxes will lead the agenda of the next Georgia General Assembly.
Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle today said attempts will be made to rein in property tax increases while allowing voters to tax themselves to relieve traffic congestion.
Fox 5's Paul Yates reports.
Boarded up houses tell the bleak story of the foreclosure crisis in southwest Atlanta's Pittsburgh community. Adding insult to injury, this is one of the areas where the Atlanta Neighborhood Development Partnership found tax assessments easily outstrip home sale prices.
It's very important that they are able to maintain their properties. And if their property taxes are too high, they could very well lose those homes. So we want to make sure that those property taxes are in line with current market values.
Now the General Assembly will consider proposals to cap the growth in property tax assessments. The legislation will be near the top of the agenda when the State House and Senate convene next week. Lawmakers must first grapple with a $2 billion budget shortfall while looking for ways to fund transportation improvements and rein in property tax assessments. At the state capitol, Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle forecast passage for an assessment cap.
We're going to put in a cap that's going to give predictability to property owners across the state, something that I think should be a high priority. We're seeing 20% reduction in values across the state, and county governments are going to have to recalibrate.
On the question of traffic congestion, the Lieutenant Governor said he plans to push a bill through the Senate quickly, allowing voters to tax themselves on a regional basis for transportation improvements.
It's costing us time, it's costing us money, but most importantly, it's costing us jobs, and we've got to resolve that issue. And there's no time like the present.
But House leaders have sounded less urgent about a transportation bill, noting that tax referendums would not go before voters until 2010. In Atlanta, Paul Yates, Fox 5 News.
Now, much of the legislative session will be consumed with questions of how to cut state spending. The Lieutenant Governor predicted that the cutbacks will be painful to balance the budget.